A whirlwind of emotions, huh?
Oh my gosh, you would not believe. You just would not
Yeah, it's
believe how exciting it has been.
I bet like that's the power of prayer. Like um I'm not sure. I don't know if you like prayed for Darius to go to OU, but I'm sure in the back of your mind you always wanted to see your boys play college football together, you know.
Yeah, excuse me for fanning. Absolutely. You know what? We really honestly prayed. And I know it sounds like some old cliche, but we were like, you know what, God, this is too big for us. It is impossible for this to be a big year for DJ and then in a large year for Darius. It's just impossible, to go back and forth. So
Yeah.
we just said, you know what? We're going to leave it alone. We appreciate SFA. I love Coach Foskey. Great relationship with the coaches. So that's all that's squared away. But they already knew a while back that Darius would possibly go to OU. So we just prayed and we left with God, just saying, God, handle this. There's no way. There's just no way that we could have done this on our own. And of course, we wanted him to go to OU with DJ, but if it wasn't possible, we were going to do what we could. But we just stood on faith, and here we are.
Yes, that would be pretty wild to try and balance both of your boys' playing career in college, you know.
Yeah, it would have been difficult. Like I said, we could have made it work because one of us would have been there and then the other in Oklahoma. We would have made it work, but God knew that it wasn't meant to work. It was just going to be too tough. So
right.
I give all the credit to God and thank God for this coaching staff. I have said from day one, after I talked to DJ, I took his word for it. And when they say OUDNA, that's exactly what they mean.
Nice. I just got some chills a little bit right there when you said that.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, those guys, they are great. I'm serious. They're fantastic. I don't talk about it a lot on Twitter because those are my own personal feelings. But when my son come home and tell me how great it is, I take his word for it.
Nice. Yeah. You can actually like hear the commitment in the players' voices, like when they're talking about Coach Venables and Ted Roof there and Jay Avi. They're bought in. They're bought into to everything that they're trying to put out there. And I really like how Venables is about the small things, the details. That's what's gonna make them great, is all the little small things,
Oh, absolutely. And they look small, I guess, from a fan perspective or somebody from the outside looking in. But when you are a parent, those little bitty things, those are really big things that others would take for granted. But those are big things for us. The way he look out for the kids, the way he look out for families, and the entire staff that he brought in. Now, I haven't met everybody. I've only talked to Coach Ruth, over the phone. Fantastic. So I haven't met a lot of the guys in person. But again, when DJ tells me they're great coaches, I mean, I believe it. So whatever shortcomings is going to be on him because they have great coaches.
Nice.
So,
yeah.
I'm
nice.
so excited. As you can tell, I'm excited.
Oh yeah. Don't worry about the fan. My wife's a huge fan thing. She's a huge fanner.
I am burning up. It's probably 100 degrees here, and I have been out in the weather all day. So I'll cool off in a minute.
It's about the same here. And they actually like raised our rates on our electric like crazy.
Yeah, ours at $80.
Yeah, see, that's about what I was averaging, and then I got it for this month, and it was $190.
Ours was $600.
Oh, geez. Jeez, yep. Louise. That's a lot.
Over $600. Yeah, I know it, but I mean, it is what it is. Thank God we can pay it, and we need to stay cool. So it's okay.
We're still alive.
Yep.
So, how's Pop feeling about?
Huh?
How's Pop feeling about everything?
Oh, no, you know without even asking, because when DJ was recruited, as a freshman, and I did ask him when he finally started going to OU, and I thought about it. I said, how do you feel? Really, you are a dad. This has been your dream school. I'm from Texas, so it's a little bit different. I said, so how do you feel? How do you feel about this? He said, it's amazing. So I asked him last night. I said, I'm going to ask you the same question. how did you feel about Darius getting this opportunity? He said, I can't even say anything. He said, I don't know what to say. He said, I'm just so proud and just glad. And like I told you in the text message, just seeing them on the field warming up. I mean, I have no huge expectations. I am just blessed to even have him there. You know, I know he came late and there's other players. I have a lot of faith in Darius, of course, but I don't have all of these expectations. He just got to get in there and do what he needs to do. And just watching him, like I said, from the sideline, just warming up, even if it's a home games. I mean, really at this point, I don't care. I'm scared. I know it's going to change later. I know it's going to, but right now I am just grateful for him to be on the team. I'm so grateful that Coach Bala, and Coach Ruth, and I know Coach Benamos. I know if he says it doesn't go, it doesn't go. So I have to thank him and Coach Ruth, Coach Bala. I just thank those guys for having faith and Darius and I guess DJ. I just thank them for having that kind of faith. So again, the long answer to that, Devin is losing his mind. Right
I know I would be. I know my pop would be for sure, man. It's cool because that's your legacy right there, you know, and to be able to lay hold of it like that and just it's just cool. It's so good to see, man. It's cool.
It is. It is.
Cool.
I'm just so excited because again, I don't know how we could have done it. You know, I told you that we're moving to Oklahoma. We're building out there in Luther.
Oh,
and so
nice.
when he was going to go to SFA, we were going to just kind of back all of that up because I was like, we can't go to Oklahoma and leave him here. And the coaches didn't know this. You know, no one knew this.
Nice.
So that's why, you know, I have to say that is, you know, it's just all God. Now we can go on and move to Oklahoma and do what we need to do.
Yeah, that's so wild too. Like in just a blink of an eye, he can change anything.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is he knows that what Darius's journey is gonna be before he even comes out of the womb, you know, like he knows he's got his whole life planned out for him. And it's just that's wild stuff, man.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. And we have a lot of faith in Darius's game. You know, my opinion, he's really good. He's really, really good. You know, they had the COVID season, just a lot of things happened, you know, to the class of 2022. So things weren't going exactly the way he hoped they would. But I just told him in the whole big scheme of things, it worked out just the way it's supposed to have worked out. So Coach Ruth could look at his film and like him. So yeah, and like I said, we really we're not perfect, but we do believe in God and we ask him to work it out. And really, that's what he did. I mean, he worked it out for us because otherwise, I don't know how we could have done this. I just don't.
Yeah, I'd hate to see that gas bill.
Oh, gosh. It'd have been expensive because right now I have a 2020 and I have 32,000 miles on it already.
Yeah.
You know, because going back and forth to Norman and, you know, we fly, we don't miss games.
Nice.
So we're at every game. So thank the Lord this year, we don't have to miss any either.
That's so cool, man. So cool. You talking about Darius's skill. I watched his season highlights on Huddle and I'm pretty impressed. He moves well. I mean, he's got great size too, 6'2", 235. That's real nice size. That's prototypical right there.
Yeah, that's our big baby. That's a baby boy there.
Right.
So he looks a lot bigger to y'all than us.
Oh, I bet. Is he does he play outside or inside? I can't remember.
Outside linebacker.
Outside, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, but I think, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Do you know what his 40 time is?
He's not a speedster. I know that.
Oh, nice.
So as far as how fast, I don't know. He's always been a distance runner, but you know, you get Smitty on him, it's no telling what he may run.
Telling you what, I know Smitty, he's made a big difference. See a difference in DJ's physical look?
Oh, absolutely. You know, before he came home for leave, unfortunately got down here and had caught some kind of bug.
Oh,
so he was really working out a lot until then. And I think he lost a couple pounds, but he said once he got back up there, because I was very concerned, you know, I'm like, you got new coaches, you got to get in there, you got to show them this, you got to show them that. You don't have the best, you know, reports from last year, so get in there and do whatever. But he said, Mom, it just took a couple of days, he said, and I was back on it. because he has so much faith in Smitty, you know, getting them ready for the season. So, you know, he's ready. He's ready.
I'm ready for it too. He's DJ. He's probably him and Woody Washington are I think the most talented DBs on the team. He's athletic as hell. He is so athletic. I mean, just from that play at Nebraska last year, and like I don't know what was going on inside the locker room or how he was being coached or whatever, but I'm glad that's over. I'm glad that regime is gone.
Yeah,
Sure.
I am too, and I kind of steer away from that. You know,
Yep.
They're great to me, but you know, it's really not my opinion that matters. It's the coaches and you know NFL or whomever is watching. But you know, my opinion is you can't just make a play like that and it's normal. You know, it takes a lot of athleticism. Even though if you miss this catch or somebody caught this ball, it takes a lot. You know, it takes a lot to do that. So. Of course, as he's saying, I don't want to speak for any of them, but, you know, he don't want to just be known for the catch, even though it was great. You know, there's other plays he made, but I always tell him that catch, DJ, is just going to be, that's it. You know, people are going to always expect something big. So just get out there and just, you know, and just play.
Go
just
big.
Play. The locker room is much better now, from what I heard.
Well, and like you said, that catch right there, I mean, it doesn't define him as a player, but it does define him as an athlete, I believe. And man, it's spectacular to see. And so you think Darius will get quite a bit of playing time this year? Or?
I don't know. Really, I don't. I have no idea. I hope so. But again, I'm just glad to have him there. And I think that he'll get a fair shot if he does what he's supposed to do. You know, his turn and his time will come. He just needs to work hard, you know, do what the coaches tell him to do. And I think it'll come. I think we have the type coaches now is, I think if you do what you're supposed to do, the best guy that's just going to be out there. So hopefully he will end up being one of the best guys. He doesn't have a long resume. Because one lady was like, I'm glad to have him coming to OU, even though I don't know who he is. She said, I don't know who the kid is.
They're gonna know. They're gonna know.
Yeah, so I'm just hoping the best for him. He's ready. You know, he wanted to come to OU. You know, no disrespect to any other school. He did not really want to commit. He just thought that, you know, hey, I want to go to school and play football somewhere.
Right.
So it wasn't like he was just like juking these guys. The conversation went on with them about what he really wanted to do. And of course, Devin had a conversation with him. So they knew what he really wanted to do. So I'm just hoping, just what, you know, really just whatever. I say this now, did I be sitting on the sideline like, y'all need to put Darius. Y'all need to put my boy in.
Right,
no,
my boy
really,
ain't playing.
But I don't have any expectations. I just want him to get in there, work, because, you know, when God gives you an opportunity like the one that he's gotten, you know, it's up to him to do the rest. He had the faith that he would go because he just kept saying, you know, I'm like, Darius, you haven't heard from OU. Same thing we always told DJ, you know, don't disrespect any other school. You know, don't wear any other school's clothing. You know, respect who have offered you. He said, well, I'm going to wear DJ shirts then. And he said, I'm going to OU. I said, Darius, you have not heard from anybody since, you know, your freshman year. He said, I'm going to OU. He never, ever wavered from that.
Nice.
So me and Devin said, boy, your faith made you whole.
Right.
It was his faith, you know.
Nice. That is a strong will, like putting your mind to something. I mean, his mind was set on OU and he got to OU and now it's he controls his own destiny now. That's
right. And that's what we're telling him. It's going to be totally up to you. You know, you don't always get opportunities. Sometimes it comes around one time. Now, you may have other opportunities, but there are certain opportunities only come one time.
Yep.
So, you know, we've told him, you need to get down there. Like he's working out right now. He and his dad is at the gym.
Nice.
So like Coach Ruth told him, it'll be any day. You just need to work. And so that's what he's going to be doing until the day he walk into Smitty's cave. So
yeah,
we're excited. We're very excited. And I thank you for the opportunity to talk to you. I like talking to you. I'm not this person that's waiting on these huge people come, because everybody starts from somewhere.
Oh yeah.
You know, everybody starts somewhere. So, hey, I'll talk to you as well as I will anybody else. I love talking to you.
Yeah, I was just talking to my wife about that last night. How like I just started with just my will, like, and I love Oklahoma. I love the OU Sooners. They've been like a a big brother to me, especially when I was growing up. It's like my dad worked a lot, and we moved like state to state a lot, just following the work. And that's all I had was the Sooners, man. And they taught me to just keep fighting, always fight, and never give up. And
That's
with
awesome.
the Lord, yeah.
And you know what? And guys like you are the one that makes the best. You know, I'm talking about a serious fan, a real fan, somebody that knows football, not somebody just up there to have someone to listen to,
Right.
or shoot this player down and shoot that one down, build this one up, and so forth. To me, when you are a fan, I mean, you're a fan.
Right.
Win or lose, kids
Yep.
playing like trash, or they playing like superstars. That's your team. Because
Yeah,
I know I am bought in. I never thought I could, but I am totally
nice,
bought
nice,
in.
nice.
Yeah.
You know, you say that about people bashing a player and then praising another player. That is just absolutely disgusting to me, because how can, like, it's a team sport. It's a team, it's all one thing, and you're
Yeah.
either with it or you're against it. It's
Yeah.
disgusting.
You know what?
Especially grown men. Ugh.
Yeah. You know, it happens. And that's when you have to learn to tune things out and just listen to the coach. What he tells you, that's what you're supposed to do. What he said about you, those are facts, and everything else is just opinions and, you know, and talk.
Yep.
You know, I talk a lot, so I have a lot of opinions as well, but it doesn't mean they're written in stone. So, you know,
They're pretty
as long as
good.
they rise
Good
above
ones.
that.
Good opinions, though. I enjoy your takes on, you know, Twitter.
Thank you. I don't spend much time on that. I'm an old-fashioned girl. I'm a Facebook girl.
Oh,
I
are
try
you?
to check in on. Oh gosh, yeah. I'm on Facebook. I have a couple women's groups that I encourage, motivate, and coach to every day.
Nice.
So,
I'll have to
yeah.
tell my wife about that. Maybe she could check you out.
Oh yeah, absolutely. As long as she's in her 40s, she's got to be in her 40s. 40s and up.
I think she turns 40 this year, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, she's turned 40 this year.
Okay, she may be a little bit young, but we may let her sneak in.
And then, of course, what's that?
No, I just, of course, you know, we have some OU moms groups that we talk and,
oh, nice.
You know, talk about our kids. And of course, you know, the prayer line and all of that. So,
yeah, and that's another thing that's cool. That Venables did was the soul team.
I love that.
Oh man, that's such a great thing, because those guys they've been superstars at OU. You know, they went to the NFL. They know all the pressures of trying to compete at a high level, you know,
Right.
be a professional, you know, so they know what it's like. And like you said, that I remember that post you had about the student athletes committing suicide.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. How many
that number, well, you know, that number is crazy because especially, you know, you're an athlete, female or male. You always think that, you know, that you're supposed to be great. You're supposed to be good. You're not supposed to show any kind of emotion if you're hurt. And then if you do that, you think you're letting your parents down. You're letting the coach down and everybody around you. So a lot of time they keep all those emotions in to themselves, but they don't reach out to anybody. So I think having that soul mission, that's wonderful. I love it. I wish they would have had that last year and the year before. Yeah. Because those guys have a lot to talk about. They go through a whole lot, and they need somebody that they can really trust to talk to. So I love that. I really do.
Yeah, especially at the University of Oklahoma too. You know, that's a very prestigious school, very prestigious. And
it is.
I couldn't even imagine being an athlete in any of the programs, you know, but especially like basketball and football, or even women's softball. I mean, they have a huge bar set.
Oh my gosh, I love the women's softball team.
Woo, there's some competitors now.
Yeah.
Woo-wee. There's some beasts out there.
Yep.
Not Jocelyn Hollow.
Oh, I love her.
Man, she got a pretty swing.
Yeah, I just hate to pick one player out, but I tell you, she is amazing. She is. She is so focused. Just get up there and do her thing. I love it. Oh, I keep up with them. We watch it. My husband and I, we watch it every chance we get. So I try to kind of put football a little bit in the rear view mirror until it starts.
Right.
So yeah, I don't want just football. And that's one reason I kind of be on Facebook and not Twitter so much, because all those people on Facebook, they're from everywhere, not just from Oklahoma.
Right. Yeah.
So we talk about everything.
Right. I have to check you out. I'm on Facebook kind of a little bit, but mostly just to talk with former players and stuff like that. But it's different. It's not as good as it used to be. I remember it used to be on Facebook, but it seems like there's a bunch of negative news, but that's everywhere, I guess, nowadays.
That's everywhere. You just have to eliminate, be a part of this. You see it's negative, then you just get out of it. I'm not in any groups except for the softball group. And of course, my women's groups, just some things you don't need to read. Like my husband used to always tell me, once you see it, you can't unsee it. So if you think there's a lot of negativity, just don't even go there. Just don't read it. So it's happened a whole lot the past several months.
Oh man, it's bad. It's so hard it's hard to see somebody smile these days. Like, you say hi to somebody and they just put their head down and keep walking. And it's like, I don't know. It's really not that hard to be courteous to your neighbor.
No, it's not. But people are angry. They have certain things going on in their lives and you don't know what it is. And sometimes, I've written a quote that everybody ain't mad at you. Everybody's talking, not talking about you. And that's kind of the way it is. You have an individual, they're upset, they're mad, they may snap at you, but they're not even thinking about you. They're not thinking about us. It's just about something, about something else. And I've learned that as well, that everybody mad, they're not mad at us, just angry about other stuff, angry about life, angry about their children not, living up to, whatever their expectations were.
Yeah. So, and you talk about the kids not living up to their expectations or whatever. I think a lot of that falls on the parent. I think so. In my opinion, it's hard for a kid to be successful if he's not told he's going to be successful when he's a kid,
Yeah, I agree to that too. And I think, first of all, not give them a false sense of how good they are. Yeah. Don't put them down, but you need to always remind them, play better. If there's another kid that's better, let them uplift that kid. And then you work on your own child. Devin and I think I told you the first time you interviewed me, we coached DJ and Darius. Yeah. And then our older daughters as well. We coached them, but we wanted somebody else to coach them so they can learn to listen to other people as well. So I think all of that, them having confidence is, like you said, it starts at home, making sure they're in the right program. When you're dealing with youth football or basketball, you have a lot of daddy ball, mama ball, or whatever. Yeah. So you just have to make sure your kids are a part of a program. And of course, teach them respect at home, because if they're not going to respect the parents, teachers, there's no way in heck they're going to go to college and respect the people that's in authority over them.
Right.
So them being successful, everything starts at home. That's just my opinion. Everything starts at home.
It's totally true. And it's like, if you take the instinct of the hunter away from your kid, as in like, when I mean hunter, I mean like having to go out and, make decisions on their own or whatever to survive. If you take that away from them when they're young, like you give them everything and your discipline is here and there and here and over here, they're not going to learn how to be a hunter. Like it's going to be hard for them to survive and eat,
That's a great point. And I have to be honest, we kind of failed a little bit on that, because the kids were always good. We always just say the boys never in our lives had an issue out of them. And sometimes things do come a little bit too easy, that everything is there, everything is given. And you don't mind doing it because you feel they earned it. They're good kids. But there are some things, like you say, they have to learn how to hunt. They have to learn those, I don't know the word for it, but they have to learn to do that on their own. And I hate to say, but that part we didn't do that well on, I think, because I was always hovering. I was a stay-at-home mom till DJ was a senior.
Oh, wow.
So I stayed home. So I stayed home with them constantly. So there's some things to admit that we should have let them do on their own. And we saw it when they got, when they got off to college. There was a few things that like, ooh, we missed that. Yeah, we missed that. Right? Yeah, you're right. I like that about they have to learn to be hunters and kind of let them do it on their own. Even if they have what they need, still, let them still do some things on their own.
Yeah, it's almost like the see, about like my wife, she grew up in a small town and like it just really sheltered, I guess. And I grew up all over the place, so like I was exposed to the realities of the real world, at an early age. And I think I'm not saying like a kid should have to go live in the gutter for a week, but I think that they should see what could happen, if you don't, like you said, respect your elders or just
right. I agree. It's a balance there. It's a balance. But overall, period, you got to teach them that respect at home. First of all, and going back to the Bible, I'm not trying to be over spiritual.
Oh, you're good.
You teach them to fear God first, because if you go swoop and do something wrong, we may not even see you. But God sees everything you do. And not saying they're still not going to do the wrong thing, because I was raised the same way and I didn't do everything just right. But if you put that fear in them, I guarantee you they are more likely not to go try some of the things that some other kids try, because they know, okay, that's not right. And their spirit is going to kind of mess with them, the conscience, I shouldn't have done that, or I shouldn't involve myself in it. So I just think you just got to teach them it just all starts really. It starts at home. Everything starts right at home. How they act at school, how they act in college, how they act on the football field, with the coaches. You got to learn respect, period. Yeah. And I think a coach would much rather deal with a kid that's respectful and less talented than they will with one that's arrogant and, disrespectful. You're going to pick the one less talented with the best attitude. I mean, I know I would.
Yeah, I'll take a 3-star with a 5-star attitude over a 5-star with a 2-star attitude all day long.
Yeah.
All day long. It's insane. Like just how some kids get like every opportunity in the world, and it just, I don't know. Like you said, it is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is. And like we said, it starts at home, and none of us are perfect parents. That's why we got to have somebody to parent us. That's why I say God, he parent us, tell us what to do. We tell them what to do. We always tell them, you trust us and we trust God. And that's just the pecking order. That's the way it's supposed to be. So you bear this way, we bear this way. Things are just not going to go the way they're supposed to go.
Yeah. It's a great teacher, as in keeping the faith and having hope, because like without faith and hope, you're screwed. Like there's nothing for you to try and accomplish if you wake up every day with no hope or no faith. So
I agree to that. I do.
And you guys have done a great job. You're talking about putting the fear of making sure your kids fear God, because you almost have to be God fearing to play football at that high of a level. I mean, it's a violent sport, and
lots of distractions. There are a lot of distractions too.
Oh, I could only imagine, especially these days, with social media, and there's some mean people out there.
Yep. It is. It surely is.
Yeah. So did Darius play basketball in high school?
Mm-hmm. He did. He didn't play senior year because even same as DJ, we told them if you're not going to college, you don't want to take a chance of getting hurt playing basketball. Yep. So he did play his junior year. Sophomore, junior year, but he played all the way up. And it's pretty good. He just felt he didn't have the height to move to the next level, so he wanted to focus on football.
Nice.
So he ran track in middle school. I don't think he ever started in high school.
Nice.
But
who's the better baller, him or DJ?
You're gonna have to let them answer that because DJ's gonna say him, and Darius is gonna say him.
Right.
So I'm gonna stay out of that argument.
Better settle it on the court.
Yeah, I'm gonna say they're both good.
I got a ball right here.
Say, yeah. Now Darius always say that DJ, all DJ want to do is shoot. He want to shoot threes, and he want to put Darius under the basket. And then so he says something different about Darius. And then their dad plays with them all the time.
Oh, nice.
They go to the gym and play 3-on-3, and
cool.
They're always on the same team.
Nice.
So,
yeah, I've been working on my.
Say DJ shoot all the time.
Nice. That's what I'm a shooter. I've been working on my jump shot. It was off there for a little bit, and the last 2 nights I went though, I've been on fire. So I think I might have figured it out. I think my elbow was getting too far out there. So.
Oh.
But yeah.
Shooting is okay, but you got to rebound.
Right.
Follow your shot.
You ain't too much rebound in mine. Mine usually fall in the bottom of the bucket. No. Well, I want to end on a who, what, and a why. So for my who, I want to ask: was there any one special person in your life when you were a young lady that like gave you motivation, or that you wanted to live your life after them?
I'm my oldest sister. I always followed her. I wanted to be just like her, and she was a good student. She was a good athlete. She was very popular in school, and I wanted to be like my sister Darlene. And she was very strong. She had rheumatic fever when she was in 5th grade, and they said she would never ever walk again. That she never would. But she fought through that. She's had cancer. She's had everything and still alive. Nice. So she is not that I want her sickness, but I always want to be strong like her. So I did. I followed in her footsteps. I did track, basketball, and all of that, just like my sister. Nice. So yeah.
Very nice. So for the what, we'll say hypothetically, you're on death row. What is your last meal?
Pizza.
Oh, you're a pizza girl, huh?
A pizza and hamburger, nothing special. Nice. I like sandwiches, all that kind of stuff. So I think if they brought me a deep dish pizza with some cheese and lots of veggies on it, I'll be ready to die.
I had a vegetable pizza a couple nights ago, and it was all right, except it had this like Gouda cheese on it. So that was a little different right there. And so for the why, why do you put your 2 feet on the ground every morning?
You know what? So things can be better that day. Everything that I didn't get a chance to do that day, even though I don't do it this day, I thank God for that opportunity to get up, do it all over again, or do something different. And just to be better, really, just to be a better Inetta.
Nice. Better Inetta.
Yep, be a better Inetta.
Nice. Well, I really appreciate you coming by and talking with me for a little bit this evening, and I'm so stoked, and I'm so happy for your family, and it's going to be nice to see the Graham boys out there, and it's going to be cool to see them competing for the same team and pushing each other in practice, and because you always want to beat your brother, it's just the way it is.
If he don't beat anybody, you want to beat DJ.
Yep.
So
for sure.
So that will keep him motivated. Yeah. It is. It is going to be. It's a blessing, really. I am grateful. I am 100% grateful for the opportunity. And again, I have to go back to Coach B and the entire staff. I thank them so much for giving Darius this opportunity, because it is an opportunity that a lot of them don't get. So I'm grateful for that. And just praying that Darius will get out there and and we always tell DJ, be DJ. So just tell Darius to be Darius. Get out there and work hard, be coachable, and do what you're supposed to do.
That's it. Just grind it out. Do not get outworked.
Yep.
Heck yeah. Well, I guess we'll talk at you later, Inetta, and tell DJ and Darius good luck and stay healthy, and everything will be great.
I surely will. And thank you so much. I like talking to you. And
I need to get our horns down before we go.
Got it.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, baby.
I practice on this thing. Yeah.
Nice. I like
Boomer
that.
Sugar.
That picture you sent me was pretty